What is going on, everybody? Spoilers are coming.
Welcome to NocBro Nation. I'm Josh Nacito, and today we're going to be reviewing Walking Dead 167, A Certain Doom. Ooh.
Key issue.
Key issue.
Very key issue. By the way, look who is gracing our presence, gentlemen. Lucille herself.
Shivering in fear right now.
So if you haven't read 167 yet, you're not caught up in the series, please, spoiler, this video will contain spoilers for issue 167.
Yes, it will.
Yep. All right, so let's get started. Where did we leave off? So we left off with Rick, who is meeting with Sherry. Sherry
Is dead.
dies
Yes,
horribly.
she does. After kicking
By
the
knife?
crap out of Rick.
Yeah, I was really pissed off
Did
about
she
that.
die by knife?
I was annoyed
Like,
by it.
how is a badass like Rick gonna get pushed around by Sherry?
Well, he's crippled.
He is a cripple, but dude, I mean, it's
crippled
Rick Grimes.
He's
for crying
been
out loud.
crippled since like the governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he did get his leg snapped by Negan, but I mean,
Still
how you gonna
recovering from that.
how are you gonna have Sherry bitch slap you around?
Right. He did get all mean to her before too. He's like, hey, you need to stop talking to me like this.
Yeah,
But then
and
she's like, I don't care.
and
I'm
then-
just gonna punch you in the
But
face.
at that point, I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna get to see badass Rick right here. And then no, she grabs his freaking throat or some shit
Rick
like
always
that.
waits till the last second to kill.
Because he
Right.
deep down, he's not one to like go off, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
until you like, I guess, push him or threaten
so.
him.
That's the heart of Nick. That's the heart of Rick. You know?
So anyway, we leave off where Sherry dies. Rick's left alone. Andrea walks in, wounded Andrea.
that's
And at
where it
this point-
starts off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we left off before
Right.
167.
Right.
But we don't know yet, even at the beginning of this issue, it hasn't been really revealed yet. Is this really a bite?
Is it a
she
bite,
really
a
sick?
scratch, a
Is
bullet
it a bullet graze?
or
Yeah, we
something?
don't
Yeah.
really know at this point.
Right.
And
I knew the whole way. It really showed it.
I really don't know.
I guess-
I mean,
I guess a part of me was like, I knew
She
deep
can't.
down, but like
I
she
like,
was
you
one of my
almost
favorite
didn't
characters.
want to know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it
you
was
almost
like,
didn't want
I don't want to know. No, I don't want it to be that.
Exactly, right? So,
But I knew. I tried to explain to you,
Well-
like, that's a bite mark. Like,
Yeah.
you obviously,
Right.
like,
And I kept
it's
saying-
not a scratch.
I kept saying,
and
no,
it's the
bro.
neck.
It's a
You're
bullet.
screwed.
It's a bullet. It's a bullet graze. But anyway, so, we'll do videos on this later, but, my top characters are probably Rick, Negan, and Andrea. I mean, those are my tops, so I was really upset. Obviously, again, I'm going to say
Carl?
one last time.
Where's
Spoiler.
Carl?
Spoiler. So then Michonne comes in, and we don't really, know as of yet, Michonne doesn't know about
the
Sherry.
extent of what,
right?
yeah, about Sherry, yeah.
Or, so then Dwight follows behind.
Oh, you see
right?
you see Dwight's face, and you know what's
you
going on
do
with
get
that.
one panel of Dwight with that just pissed off one eyeball, like
Right.
looking at Rick like, dude, what did you just do?
Yeah, that's all he said really was, "What do you just do?" And then he gives a glance at Rick with
Yeah.
a mean look with nothing to say, and then that's
Yeah, Rick
that's
explained to him, she came
Yeah,
after me.
she came after him, yeah.
But we don't know. I mean, that could be something in future issues to
Yeah.
watch, like especially with the cover of 169, I think.
Yeah,
With
169.
Dwight pointing the
Yeah.
AK.
That's interesting. They always throw you off with the covers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we get Dwight coming in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And really, the next good part of this issue is seeing Andrea progressively get worse.
Yeah, it happened fast. It was really sad.
Yeah.
Really
It's
sad
cool
to
how
see.
all the characters came in and said their almost goodbye
Yeah,
words.
but before we get to that,
That was
though,
such
before we
a
get
good
to that
page.
though, we get to see Andrea explain to Carl, don't get too attached to people. Live
Right.
your life. You be happy with your life.
Yeah.
Before you make other people happy,
Yeah.
right?
It's the attachment piece of it.
Yeah. So, and we see Carl get starting to get upset, and the badass Andrea comes out and says, "Don't
Stop
you do
crying.
that. Stop!
Do
I
not
don't
cry
want
for
that."
me.
Right?
We all die. It's gonna happen. I'm nobody's special.
No.
It's really touching because she's just basically, she loves. She loves Rick, she loves Carl, she loves everybody, but just now that she's dying, she doesn't want them to feel that, oh, I'm dying because of this. Well, everyone that they've ever dealt with for the last 160, 6 issues, basically, everybody dies.
Years.
Yeah, years. I mean, just
In the
everybody
timeline.
dies. They're going to.
Yeah.
So she's like, don't feel sorry for me. It's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's almost like she wants to, make this a start for something more, even better.
That's exactly, by the end,
It was such a good issue with her,
Yeah.
and it expressed
So-
everything in her character.
So what happens
And
after
just put it all there.
Justin? What do you,
Rick was still in denial, and multiple times through the comic, he was still in denial. Like,
He
I
is in
can't do
denial.
this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And he
Well,
actually
hold on, we'll
woke, and he woke her up in mid-zombie.
Yeah, but hold on. We'll get to that because we're missing a couple parts here.
Yeah.
One of the main cool things was actually getting to see all the characters come in.
Yeah.
And you're at a POV point of Andrea.
yeah.
You're looking at the panel like it's
Yeah.
Andrea looking at
Right.
these characters.
Yeah.
And I gotta say,
Hi, I'm Negan.
yeah.
Negan is the funniest.
I just want to come in here. All right,
The
you're hot as
funniest
fuck.
thing.
Yeah, he actually
Excuse
said they didn't.
he say that?
want to-
Did he say
They didn't want to allow him
He,
in.
they did. He was like, they didn't want me to come and say something, but
Right.
I have to say you're a badass.
Yeah.
And and actually, this is a really touching moment where he says, it would have been awesome or cool.
It would have
or-
been an honor
Honor.
if you would have killed me.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I screwed that up.
You know.
I thought he said something like that. Yeah, I screwed it up.
Yeah. I mean, to say I'd be honored if you would have
Yeah.
killed me.
I thought
I mean,
it was cool how he came in there though.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I
they
mean-
just snuck Negan in there.
yeah, like, hey, hello.
He always does that in appearance.
Oh, by
like,
the way,
"Oh,
it's
here I
me,
am."
the guy that killed one of your people with a bat. Lucille. But anyway, yeah, I mean, for him to say that, it was pretty cool, and you got to wonder what's going on. Like, I've been wondering for, I don't know what, at least from the Whisper War,
Whisper
what is
War.
going on with Negan?
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
is this dude gonna just stay good, or is he gonna just go back to being the villain that we know him?
He's so up in the
ruthless?
air right now. He
Yeah.
could go,
Right.
and same with Dwight too. He gave him an evil look.
Yeah, but Dwight's
Because
been
Dwight's
loyal.
really
Dwight's been
he's
loyal to
confused.
Rick.
I don't know
But
if he's
Dwight's
just
been loyal to Rick.
Yeah.
We just don't know if he is going to turn on Rick because of Sherry.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
So again, so we get to see the POV part. That
Yeah.
I loved that part.
It was
But
awesome.
then we get to see what you were saying, where Rick is breaking down.
He's
like
breaking
we
down
see that
hard.
Rick obviously is, for every right reason, having a hard time.
Doesn't want to go on.
Yeah.
He does not want to go on without her. He doesn't think he can. I was just like, come on, man. I mean, you've gone this far. You have to stay strong because you have Carl, you have everybody else who's relying on you, even though you don't want to feel like you don't want to be the leader,
Yeah.
but you are.
That's
So-
where I think Michonne will come in and also give him.
Well, you
that
do see Michonne.
extra.
You do see Michonne comfort
You know.
her, and we'll get to that in a second, right?
Yeah.
But
We
one
wanna
thing
talk
that I
about
do want to
Michonne and
say,
Rick with the show.
one thing I do want to say is, and going to what you were saying, is that she even says that to him. Like she wakes up out of her feverish freaking.
She, like, got up in the
near-death
face,
zombie.
like,
Screamed at him and
Screamed at
said,
him.
"No, you
Yeah.
have to be. Otherwise, everything that you did was for nothing."
Yep.
Right.
And that was great. It was just just sad, but
Very
awesome,
sad.
right?
Yeah,
but
it was
so,
just
Justin, tell me
perfect.
about Michonne.
She comes in, and it's almost like, we hope that it doesn't come for another 20 issues, at least.
I really and to tell me.
'cause we know
hold on, though.
that
Tell
they
them.
fall in love with the show.
Tell them
In the
why.
show.
Hold on. Tell them why. I don't want it to come for 20 issues. What's happening? What's happening in here that you're seeing with Michonne?
Well, Andrea dies. She dies off, and so we it's just you don't want someone to immediately fall on the other.
But there's one specific panel that I'm trying to get to, right?
What's that?
And that's when Michonne says, "I'm always here for you, Rick."
Right. Puts her head on
Like,
his shoulder.
The head on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Very, very
That's-
comforting. very sympathetic.
And I get it, right? They've known each other for, it's got to be years. I think
Years.
we're a good
Michonne's always
3,
been there
4
too,
years.
though.
And she's always been there, right? So I
always been
get
there.
it.
Rick knows that.
I get
in
that
the
she's
comic.
being comforting. But I just have a feeling like maybe they're trying to match it up with the show. I don't know.
I don't know.
And
I
look,
just hope they don't rush it.
and
Just
look,
like
though,
you said.
look,
before.
we're doing a comic review. We're not trying to do a show review.
Right.
But, it's just,
We don't want the rush.
that's why I don't want to see it in 5 issues from now. Rick is now with someone else. Because here we have Andrea, for those of you that don't know, has been with Rick since issue 90, right?
Issue 90.
91,
Issue 90.
yeah.
Issue 90.
Issue 90. so that's a good, 70 some issues where they've been together.
Yeah.
Why would we want to see Rick, he's a man, I understand that, but to go to someone else,
There's
5
so
issues
much
down
more
the road.
going
With what's
on,
going
too,
on,
though.
with so much going on,
I can see it
it's-
happening another 60 or 70.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
There's just so
I-
much going on.
And so we get that to that point, and just the death moment.
Oh man, I honestly thought, like, when she did turn, I honestly thought it was gonna be old badass Rick take his gun to the head,
Kind of did,
and
though.
boom.
It was that classic
But-
Rick shot.
He almost did it, but he couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you see the hand, the next panel, you see the hand go to the back and pull out a knife.
Hold on. How many times reading panel to panel did you think, oh my gosh, like, is Rick actually gonna get bit? Like,
Yeah, so close.
actually, I didn't. I
thought I saw
I
tongue.
thought I-
She was like touching it
I thought I saw.
with his tongue.
I thought I saw like she
that's because
scratched him.
that's hold on,
touching
hold
her
on.
with
That's because she still wanted to stick his tongue on his neck, stick her tongue on the neck.
It was close. It almost seemed like it.
Yeah. 'Cause I thought she scratched.
Yeah,
I thought she scratched him, and she was.
They'll
trying to
probably
lick
show
the
that.
blood.
So yeah, I honestly thought that, for me, I'm reading it page by page, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm worried about Rick, even though I know,
Right.
and that's what I love.
There
about
he is
the
on
writing.
again on the floor.
That's
like,
what I
so
love
close.
but that's what I love about writing is that Kirkman's writing is there's so many times where you're panel to panel so intense, and you really think that the main protagonist is going to get killed.
You're gonna come he's gonna show so close to death that something else changes and it won't happen. But he looked like he was gonna get bit, scratched, something
Yep.
was gonna happen because I
love
kind of
how
honestly
Charlie
thought that he didn't want to
Teases
do it.
Yeah, how he teases like, each picture, and then turn the page, and you just don't know what's gonna happen yet,
Yep.
and then it's so close, like, oh, this could happen, and then it's a completely different story the next page.
Yeah,
Right.
and so going on now is we have Andrea dead. We have Rick struggling to kill her. Finally, he has to make the decision. Grabs his knife and puts Andrea down.
He does.
So at this point, we're now thinking Rick's lost it. Through the whole issue,
gonna lose it.
he's conflicting with himself. He can't go on without Andrea, and we see him walk out of the house broken. And you're thinking to yourself, this is it. I mean, he's not going to be able to
What's
go
he
on.
gonna do?
Right?
Yeah.
And and that was the perfect scene, right?
Yeah,
The whole group,
They're
the
saying
whole
what Andrea
gang.
said.
But that was like a reiteration.
Okay.
That was like, as he's walking out, he's hearing Andrea's voice. Is that
Yeah.
way you
That's
can say it?
Andrea's
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
Andrea's
He's hearing
voice.
her. He's hearing her tell him.
Some people don't
you
know
have
that.
To go on.
It's like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's boxed.
Yeah.
Right.
So and sorry, thank you. But in the issue, he is literally hearing Andrea's voice tell him, the
I
advice that she wanted him to be left with, right? Is that this was all what you did, and if you give up now, it's all for nothing.
Everything will be
Right.
gone.
Right.
Right.
And I just thought that was awesome how they did that. And
great.
here
It
he
is.
walks out, and everyone's there. He's looking for Carl.
Everyone's standing there. Carl
All
is
the
standing
main-
right there in the middle. Everyone is standing by there. He goes right to Carl,
Goosebumps.
goes
man.
on his knees,
I had goosebumps a couple times.
cries
Yeah.
into Carl's hands, and then everyone just like puts their hand on everybody's shoulder just for condolences.
Oh,
It was
yes.
just,
Yeah.
it was an amazing. If this was like a movie, I was almost brought to tears. If it was a movie, I'd probably be bawling. Because it was
Just wait till
seeing
the
it was
show
just
they do.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. And the moment, so then he hears Andrea's voice, right? And all of a
Right.
sudden, you get that last panel or that last page that
The
you
last
know, I forgot
panel
what it
and the
said,
last
but yeah.
page where he says, you see Rick walking towards, and he says, "Follow me."
Yeah. Oh.
And then the last page, we have work to do.
Yep.
We have a lot of work. to do.
So we get Rick is now obviously going to be still upset that Andrea's gone, but he's doing what she wanted, and that is moving forward and fixing what's wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So
Also, what's interesting is the next cover of the next issue is Negan with everyone on their
yeah,
knees.
well, we'll get into that because we're going to do a predictions video for the next comic, right?
Yes.
So we'll go into that one, but just to end this, right? So no notes from
That's what was really special.
Yeah,
Was there
right.
was no ads. You know, I was
not ads,
expecting
but no
coming
no
up.
editor notes, no
Right.
no fan notes.
Right, and I was expecting
Forgot what
that
they're called.
the next page, and then here it is, Robert Kirkman's like special note, like
Yeah, a
how
note
much
from-
he feels for Andrea.
Yeah, and it was amazing
That
because
was
he
so
said
awesome how he wrote that and how much he feels for that, like killing that character.
Yeah.
Like he did it on the plane, and he was, you know, expressing it in front of, you know, 100 people or so, and hoping no one sees, and it was.
He said he
it was
cried.
Awesome.
Right. The
That
one
was
thing.
so awesome.
Yeah. The one thing I
see
did.
him put that in the comic on the last page was
Yeah.
just touching.
The one thing I didn't like, though, the one thing it's still a mystery to me, is that he still didn't, and he probably never will, he still didn't truly explain why then. You know what I mean?
Well, he said that he said in the letter, "Look, I've been struggling with this.
He's been
particular
struggling
death."
for a long time with
Yeah,
it. But
and he said that he had plenty of opportunities to change it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At one point, he was going to change it, but finally said, "You know what? If I'm going to hold myself back creatively from
Right.
killing a character, then what's the point in creating the story, right? So I decided to go with it. Right. That's the way I read it. But
right. I mean, it's a creative decision, and by reading the comic, you know, even if Robert Kirkman doesn't say in his note why he killed Andrea, by reading this, you'll know exactly why, because it's going to set up for future events,
Yeah.
and for Rick to just continue on.
Sometimes it takes
So-
him. It takes him over. You know, like sometimes he can't help it, but it takes, you know, like the comic takes over, and sometimes he can control it.
Yeah,
He talked
yeah.
about how he can
yeah,
control
so,
it.
Exactly.
You know,
This time he can control it.
yeah, and sometimes maybe it's controlling him. Right.
Right,
Maybe
yeah,
the-
right. That's what I was
maybe
getting to, those
maybe the
words.
story is
Yeah.
running its own.
And
its
that
own-
is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That is awesome.
Look, it's
I
awesome.
love that.
Love
Thank
this
you, Robert
issue.
Kirkman.
Love-
like, thank you.
Loved this issue.
Love
That is
Again,
true.
167, A Certain Doom, probably a good top favorite of mine.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't a lot of action in it, but there didn't
No,
need to be.
there didn't need
right?
to be. I mean,
This was a special.
I
moment.
mean, just
It
by the
was
cover
just
alone,
tragic.
if, you know,
It
if you
was
already
tragic.
if you're already reading the series, you knew that by seeing this cover, before you even read it, you knew in your heart and your mind what this issue was going to be about.
Yeah.
There wasn't going to be a ton of action. This was going to be a very sad
Yeah.
and
Freaking
you know,
Eugene.
very sad. And it's not his
We
fault,
forgot about
man.
Eugene, though.
It's not his fault, man.
Yeah.
Forgot about Eugene.
Okay.
He did come up the Rick.
Hold on,
We
let's-
forgot that little part.
Yep, let's go back to that. So go ahead, explain.
Eugene, how did that happen?
So Eugene comes into the hallway, right?
Yep.
And Rick comes up to him.
Very,
and here's
he's very
Eugene,
upset, of course.
Yeah, broken, upset.
Broken.
Thinks it's his fault, right?
Wow.
And Rick says, no, it's not your fault.
Yep.
Right.
Not your fault
You
at
know,
all.
in a certain way, it could have happened to anyone out there.
Oh, yeah.
But and I think though, you know, we'll see more of that. I think that Eugene
We'll get
is
more into
probably
it.
going to struggle with that.
He's
for,
going to struggle.
Oh yeah.
for a while.
Oh yeah.
So
I think it's going to be
But-
the help of Rick and everyone else to kind of calm him down to make sure that
Yeah.
he's still okay, but he'll struggle with it.
Yeah. So really, it was a sad issue. You know, it was dedicated. It was a sad issue for many reasons, right? One, Andrea was a lot of people's favorite character. I mean, my favorite character. So you know, and I think that's why Kirkman wrote the letter, right? He wanted
yeah.
to know, look, this was a major character. It was a character that was important to me, and I had to make the decision to kill her. And this is a character that's been around since issue 3 of The Walking Dead.
3.
First appearance, right?
Come on.
I mean, she's one of the original of the group.
oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
From the beginning.
160
And-
something.
and that's why,
issues.
obviously, it's
Yeah.
a double issue too.
Double issue.
That-
yeah.
that's
Double
It
issue.
why-
was thick. It felt thick.
It's thick.
Yeah.
And it should be, and I'm glad it was.
It's thick. But yeah,
Lucille?
seriously, you know, pick it up. Obviously, if you're
Grab
a
it.
Walking Dead fan, you're gonna pick it up, and if you don't, well, I'm sorry.
Then you need to read 1 through 166,
Yeah.
and then read this, and you will absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah, honestly, if you haven't picked this up, go pick up issues 1 through 66. One is going for about, I don't know, $1,000. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Or you can get the trades, or get the compendiums. Either
No.
way.
A point
but if-
five.
But if you're still watching, it's been spoiled. But either way,
Yeah.
read it again. I've already read it again.
Yeah.
I love it.
So here's the deal. We want to know your thoughts. So in that comment below, tell us what you think. If you have any questions, we'd like to do a follow-up video of, maybe predictions for 168.
Yeah.
Let us know your
missed.
thoughts. Yeah, things we missed.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Let us know what
That's
you
what
thought
we're looking
about this
forward
issue.
to the most, guys, is your thoughts.
Yes.
So let us know.
Predictions.
Yep, definitely. Thanks for watching, guys. NocBro Nation,
We're out.